Jefferson County Code Law number 2 is now in session. The court is in session with its announcement docket on today's date, January 17 of 2025. When I call your name, you will please come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, then we'll wait for your attorney to arrive because your attorney may be in another court handling another matter. If you are not represented by an attorney, then when I call your name, please come to the bench by yourself. And first of all, before we get started, good morning to everyone. And let's see, Mr. Lawrence, are you ready on your case or you want me to hold on?
I need to speak to Mr. Sykes. I
Okay.
mean to Andrew.
Okay, so you want me to hold on it? I'll hold on it. All right. So if you're gonna talk to Mr. Hubel, you can do that in the jury room. Okay?
Anytime would be fine to do that. It's just that the defendants here
We can talk in just a minute, Jack.
huh?
Just a minute. We can talk in just a minute.
Okay, so
Okay.
just have a seat. He'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Just tell me when you can.
Okay. Thomas Robin.
He's present with counsel and we,
It's a dismissal for forfeiture, Your Honor.
Oh, it is?
And I'm about to submit.
Oh, okay. So you're working on it now? Okay, so he's working.
he has signed the necessary
Oh,
paperwork.
man, this thing's
with the
really
fiscal.
on updates.
Did you want this one?
I may have to, because that is. Thank you. Well, you're gonna have to send it to me first,
Well, I will.
the
I can sign
dismissal,
it.
but
I can
no,
sign it.
just,
I can
oh, you
sign
can do it from there?
6-1.
No.
Okay, Mr. Robin. Okay. This is cause number 23CCCR 2408. Case is style of state of Texas versus Thomas Pierre Robin. Mr. Robin, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robin, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Robin, did you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robin, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Robin?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Robin, you're representing your case. Your attorney Mark Faggart. Attorney Faggart, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you, Your Honor, for asking.
You're welcome. State is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Hubel, I have before me a motion to dismiss Mr. Robin's case.
That's correct, Your Honor. For
Okay.
forfeiture.
Okay, and I also have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon in this case to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Mr. Robin, I have before me a motion to forfeit. Do you recognize this motion?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line inside the defendant?
Yes, sir, it is.
Before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Every bit of it.
And is everything in this document true and correct
Yes,
to the best of your knowledge?
yes, sir.
Mr. Robin, I'm signing this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. State, I also have before me a motion to dismiss. And Mr. Robin, I'm signing this motion dismissing part of this plea bargain in this case. Robin, you'll be able to get a copy of this motion and order in a few minutes from your attorney. The attorney is going to get it from the court coordinator. Mr. Robin, this will conclude your case. You're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Baggert, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. You can get a copy from the court coordinator. Carrie Lynn Williams. Good morning, Mr. Jones. This is cause number 24-CCCR 1160. Case is style of state of Texas versus Terry Lynn Williams. Mr. Williams, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Williams?
Fine.
That's good. Now, Mr. Williams, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Kent Jones. And again, Attorney Jones, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now, Mr. Jones, what is your announcement in Mr. Williams' case?
We're seeking a trial setting, Your Honor. However, there's a tape recording that Mr. Williams has not heard. We probably need about 2 weeks for him to listen to the tape and make a final decision about putting it on the trial.
So you want to
Pre-trial
put it on the pretrial conference?
Yeah, pre-trial.
Okay, give us a reset. We're gonna place this case on the pretrial conference, I think. February 24th. Okay, this case will be reset to February 24th, 2025. On the pretrial conference docket. Mr. Johns, you can get a copy of your reset. Once you get your copy of your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And Mr. Williams, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes.
Thank you. Larry Donnell Robertson Jr. Mr. Robertson, your full name is Larry Donnell Robertson Jr.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Robertson? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Robertson, last time you was here in December, your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire your attorney.
Yes.
Have you hired your attorney?
No, I'm working on it because we wasn't working, and I have an appointment with Ralph today.
You have an appointment? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Give us a reset. Matter of fact, Mr. Kimler is on the Zoom, but give us a reset. You can stand in, you're gonna stand in front of the court coordinator, get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go on your blessed day.
February 28th.
What? Oh, this February 28th? Okay, case is reset to February 28th, 2025. Give you the opportunity to hire your attorney. Rudolph Anthony LaSaint. Mr. LaSaint, your full name is Rudolph Anthony LaSaint. How you doing, Mr. LaSaint? That's good. Now, Mr. LaSaint, I see here your case was reset in November to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
and also see that you have a pending felony case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, have you hired your attorney?
Oh, sir, I had an attorney for my felony case. I just went to court Monday. And to be honest, I've been really like saving my money to try to help with that one. And I was trying to see if I can get a lawyer to help me with this one as well. But
So you wanna, are you saying that you're trying to get the same lawyer to get on this case as well?
yes, sir, because it's kind of like a strong case. So, and it's like, I'm
Okay.
just trying to,
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you one more reset to give you an opportunity to hire the lawyer that's on your felony case on this case. Okay?
yes, sir.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, yeah, just have a seat. Your case is gonna be reset. Once your case is reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. It's reset February 28th, 2025. Luigi Vasquez. Okay, there's a couple of people that's on. Let me see, we got Anderson on Zoom. Okay, she's on Zoom. We have somebody named Cint.
Yes, his name is Juan Manuel. He's just using my username.
Oh, okay, so he's represented by Jared Gilthorpe, who's also
Yes.
on Zoom. Okay, we'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Mr. Chapman, this is cause number 24 CCCR 0366, Jason Style, the state of Texas versus Thomas Joel Chapman. Mr. Chapman, is that your full name? Yes. Now, Mr. Chapman, you was taken into custody this morning because you have a new case. And you're scheduled to be here this morning for a case that was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired an attorney?
After I lost my dog.
Okay, so you want to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so she's gonna give you some paperwork. Now, the paperwork is judge's explanation of rights of defendants without an attorney. In that paperwork, it states that as a defendant, you have three options regarding your right to have an attorney. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option? Number two, if you want an attorney, but you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option? And number three, if you desire to waive your right to an attorney, you may represent yourself. If you look on that document that she just placed in front of you, what I just said is options 1, 2, and 3. Do you see that? Now, the next paragraph states that if you want to hire an attorney, you have enough money to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you opportunity to hire an attorney. The next paragraph states that if you want an attorney but do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. And the next paragraph states that you cannot talk to the prosecutor unless you first sign a waiver. Now, that's for individuals who are representing themselves, waiving their right to have an attorney, and they'll have an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor. However, before they can talk to the prosecutor, they have to sign a document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. Now, that next paragraph, that full paragraph, it states that be aware that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, at the bottom of that document, it states that if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that? At the bottom of that document in bold letters, it states, defendant's choice, select only one choice. Now, if you choose to hire an attorney, you'll place your initials on the first line to the left. If you have already hired an attorney, you place your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you choose to apply for a court-appointed attorney, as you just stated, then you will place your initials on the third line to the left. Okay? At the bottom of that document, there's a line that's titled Defendant. You'll place your signature on that line that's titled Defendant, and you'll place today's date, January 17, 2025, on a line that is titled Date. Okay, have you did that? Okay, now there's another document. It's a 3-page document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. On that document, you would have to fill out the first page. Do you understand that? And then if you go to the second page, at the top is titled Defendant's Oath. You will fill that portion out. And then the middle section is titled Unsworn Declaration of Defendant. You will fill that out. And once you fill out those two, well, the first page and those two spots on the second page, then you're through. Okay, just have a seat in the jury box, and we'll give you opportunity to fill out that paperwork. Pedros Weldy.
There's a plea on these two cases.
Oh,
that we're still
they
working
are?
on. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just have a seat, and when the plea papers are ready, we'll call you back up. Ah. I don't. Derek Jones. Mr. Jones, your full name is Derek Jones?
Sir.
How you doing, Mr. Jones?
Morning.
Good morning. Now, Mr. Jones, you're representing your case by your attorney, William Marcus Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson obviously is not here. The reason why he's not here is because we received a letter this morning stated that he is sick. So he will not be here this morning. So your case will be reset. You need to you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset from the court coordinator, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Stay in contact with your attorney and your boss.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please stand in front of the court coordinator on the end.
Good day.
All right, same to you. This client is not here.
What's that, Your Honor?
No, Vasquez client is not here. We got you, okay. Juan Jose Manuel. Mr. Manuel is appearing via
Yes.
Zoom. Mr. Manuel speaks Spanish. He is represented by attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Attorney Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Gilthorpe, what is your announcement in Mr. Manuel's case?
Judge, he's been accepted into the pretrial diversion
Yes.
program. We're waiting to sign him up.
Okay, so your sign up is in February?
They haven't given us a sign up date yet. They've only given us the letter showing that he's been accepted into the program.
Okay, I think you have to contact them to get a date, if I'm not mistaken.
Judge, we have contacted and we're waiting on them to assign us a date.
It's probably
It's
too
probably
late.
filling up, Judge. It's probably what it is.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll get back to me, but I can
What I'm
double
thinking
check.
about, I'm trying to figure out
When to
what,
reset.
yeah, when to reset it.
Can we just do past April? Because I know that February is probably filling up.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna reset this case till April, the second week in April, give us okay, the April 7th, 2025. Mr. Gilthorpe, your reset will be sent to you. And Mr. Manuel, he's free to go. And Mr. Manuel have a blessed day. And you're free to go as
Thank
well,
you.
Mr. Gilthorpe, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Same to you, Judge. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you. That same to you. Did Mr. No, I was looking for Mr. Kimmer's client. Luigi Vasquez?
You called him earlier. He didn't answer, Judge.
Okay. Okay. Skylar Stapleton?
Yes, John.
Do we have?
We have a-
Stapleton. Some bond conditions. Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 1376. Case is style of state of Texas versus Skylar Kincaid Stapleton. Mr. Stapleton, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Would you please, Mr. Stapleton, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Stapleton, you swear firm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Stapleton, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Stapleton, you're represented in your case, in your case, by your attorney, Attorney Bruce Smith. Attorney Smith, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Smith, state is represented in the case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Smith, what is your announcement in Mr. Stapleton's case?
Your Honor, I've been in negotiations with the DA's office. I have received an acceptable offer. But I'm asking to give me another month or two to finalize some. There's some video that I need to go over with my client.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need okay. Give us a, let's see, video. Give us a reset date. Keep it on announcement document. February 28th. That's enough time? February 28th?
Thank you.
Okay, this case will be reset to February 28th, 2025. Mr. Stapleton, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go before he does that. I need to go over some bond conditions with you. I have before me a document that is that's titled Standard Bond Conditions and County Code at Law number 2. I'm gonna go over this document with you and you will be able to get a copy of this document. And it states, following the return of a criminal information in County Code at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein or orders subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 2, defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, condition number 4 doesn't apply because that only applies in a DWI case. Your case is not a DWI case. However, condition number 5 does apply. Defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless defendant is a peace officer, as defined by section 1.07 Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as sworn full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Stapleton, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond will be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Stapleton, your attorney is gonna get your reset and your bond conditions. Once you get your reset, your bond conditions from your attorney, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Smith, once you get the bond conditions and the reset, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Javier Flores. Good morning. Good morning. This is cause number M333264, case of South State of Texas versus Javier Flores. Again, Mr. Flores, how are you doing?
Great, yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Flores, you representing your case by your attorney Tom Roebuck. Attorney Roebuck, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking as well. Now, Mr. Roebuck and Mr. Hubel, this case was initially set for a pretrial hearing.
Yes,
I think it was a motion to suppress that was supposed to be filed. If
Yes,
motion to suppress was not filed,
as I was drafting my motion to suppress, I got to looking for the videos, and I didn't have. I got hold of Andrew yesterday. Let me talk to Mr. Hughes.
okay, we'll hold. Just, y'all just have a seat and we'll call you back up.
Thank you.
Robert Bill,
Well, yes, sir. Thank you.
yeah, 2 of them. One of them's not here, well, 3 of them, well, one of them is not, oh, he's here. No, he's not.
Miss Staggs, her felony is set for April, I see.
Okay, okay.
Excuse me, yes, they,
Okay. This is, cause number 24 CCCR 2446, case of South State of Texas versus Robert DeAndre Bill. Mr. Bill, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Bill? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Bill. You are represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Joel Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Vasquez, what is your announcement in Mr. Bill's case?
Judge, we are ready to proceed on the theft. But
There's another one?
Ms. Simmons has told me there may be another one coming down the pike soon.
That's correct, Your Honor. I need to check with the intake and see what's gonna happen with that case. It has been deferred back to the agency, so I need to know if we're gonna go through with it.
Okay. Okay. So we just need to reset this case. You want a standard reset?
Yes, sir. That'd be fine.
Okay. Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to February 28th, 2025. There's a possible new case that may be charged.
Correct, Your
It
Honor.
may or may not be charged. We won't know. So this case will be reset to see whether or not the district attorney is going to file that case that they have in their office. Well, they sent it back to the agency. So this case is going to be reset till February 28th, 2025. Come get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Lexus Lachelle Stagg. Lexus Lachelle Stagg. Lexus Stagg was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's barely called the name of Lexus Stagg at the courthouse door. Lexus Stagg did not answer. Ms. Stagg has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 9:42 a.m. on today's date of January 17th of 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Lexus Stagg at the courthouse door?
Judge, I don't know. I saw him for the felony set for 8. And I was wondering. I didn't know. They're all the same office.
Yeah. Lexus Stagg, name was just called at the courthouse door. Lexus Stagg did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Stagg an opportunity to appear in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
Those motions will be granted in each case. And Lexus Stagg bond will be forfeited and a warrant should be issued for her arrest and cause numbers 24 CCCR 0404, cause number 24 CCCR 0450. Okay, and Mr. Vasquez, I think that's your only case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Simmons, for the notice.
Yeah, we've been.
Thomas Chapman. Please come forward. Okay, now, Mr. Chapman, Mr. Chapman, would you please raise your right hand? Swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Chapman, you may put your hand down. Mr. Chapman, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Sir.
And are these your initials on the line that state you like to apply for the court appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indian. You should recognize this document. On page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Chapman, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Chapman, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney Cole will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Now, Mr. Chapman, you can follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day. You can do that. Okay, okay. Do we know, I need to see what Mr. Chapman's new case is. I have the cause number. I don't know the office. Oh, it is, okay. There you go. Tedros Weldy.
Oh, no progress.
Court is in session in two cases, cause numbers 24 CCCR 2760 and cause number 24 CCCR 2761. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Tedros Weldy. Ms. Weldy, is that your full name?
Yeah,
Ms. Weldy, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth shall be God? Mr. Weldy, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Weldy?
Terrence, what up?
Hmm?
What is it, sir?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
that's good. Now, Mr. Weldy, you're represented in your case by your Attorney Blaze Henny.
Yes, sir.
Attorney Henny, how are you doing?
Wonderful, Judge.
Okay, now before we go any further, during this process, I'm going to ask whether or not Mr. Weldy is a citizen of the United States. Are you a citizen of the United States? Okay, so we need there's a form that we need you to fill out. Okay. Court is in session. The court is in session in two cases, cause numbers 24 CCCR 2760 and cause number 24 CCCR 2761. Both cases are styled as State of Texas versus Tedros Weldy. Mr. Weldy, you previously been sworn in. Did I swear you in? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Weldy?
I'm doing.
That's good. Now, Mr. Weldy, you're representing your case by your attorney, Blaze Henny. Attorney Henny, how you doing?
Wonderful, Judge. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Henny, do you waive a record in Mr. Weldy's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Weldy, in cause number 24 CCCR 2761, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled complaint. This complaint was filed by the city of Beaumont, Texas. And in this complaint, it alleges that you, Tedros Weldy, let's see, owner about August 13th of 2024, that you committed the Class C offense of failure to appear. Do you understand what you have been charged with? And to that charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Okay.
Now, you're pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? You don't want to fight? No contest means you're not fighting or contesting the charges.
Your Honor, is this 2760 or 2761?
2761,
Right.
huh?
I thought 61 was the failure to control speed.
No, 60, you got that, you saying that's being dismissed on this here
Right.
document.
Right, but it was,
I'm looking at the complaint says failure to appear. Are you supposed to do the other one?
well,
No, it's, I guess we're gonna see what 60 says. Yeah, I know, 61 is a failure to appear. Let's see what 60 says. Complaint.
I'm sure they're gonna. Tablet. I'll finish them. We just gotta wait. Not yet, no, yeah, we're just waiting.
Oh, 60 is failed to control speed. Okay, so what we're gonna do, just have a seat there and I have to redo the paperwork.
Okay, so 60 was supposed to be one time.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna have to, y'all gonna have to, I'm gonna X this one out. Delete this. And they're gonna have to do the, oh, so, okay, yeah, you're gonna have to redo it and send it. Oh, you're gonna have to redo both of them. Because the other one you had as a dismissal. So I need to, I can take it out from here.
you plead, you're gonna plead no contest regardless, right?
Yeah, but I deleted the, I already deleted it, so you're gonna have to redo the paperwork.
I mean, you already deleted the plea, Your Honor?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was the wrong, yeah. And so I could delete this, this dismissal too. I'm gonna delete the dismissal too, because that's wrong. Okay, just have a seat. We'll call you back up. Anybody else? No. Did Luigi Vasquez show up? Okay, let's call that case. Nobody's here.
And the page 7, Smith is here.
Okay. This is cause number M316910. Case is style of state of Texas versus Luigi Vasquez. Luigi Vasquez was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m. The courts barely called the name of Luigi Vasquez at the courthouse door. Luigi Vasquez did not appear. Luigi Vasquez has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 9:58 a.m. on today's date of January 17 of 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Luigi Vasquez at the courthouse door? Luigi Vasquez's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Luigi Vasquez did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Vasquez an opportunity to appear in court. Is not appearing in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Luigi Vasquez, bond will be forfeited and a warrant should be issued for his arrest. And cause number M316910. And Mr. Kimler, that was your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Was Mr. Vasquez as a bond forfeiture, Your Honor?
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
okay. You're welcome. All right, you have a blessed day. Mr. Lodge is not here,
We were waiting on Cole as well.
but we need to contact, okay. We got Mr. Boudreaux.
That's a plea, Your Honor. We're just waiting for it to
Oh,
happen.
you waiting for the, okay. Now, is that the Takash case?
Yes.
He also, has a case on, what's that, Larea Darcy?
Correct, Your Honor. From my understanding, she's supposed to be zooming in. Is that correct, Mr. Boudreaux?
You gave me her phone number to call her.
Okay.
Okay, well, you need to call her. Yeah, we can call her now. What's her name, Larea?
Dorsey?
Yeah. She's unable to be here.
Did you say anything about Mrs. Parasso?
No, not Miss Peraza. I didn't say anything about Miss Peraza.
He's referring to Dorsey. She's out of state, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
and we gave the phone number, she's in Nevada. And, we've got it worked out to do, subject to your approval, 5 days, credit for 2 days. But she sounded pretty sick to me, and she's trying to work and do some other things. And she said that probably what would be workable for her would be if she could come back about in early May and do the 3 days in jail.
No, we're gonna give a, Miss, Darcy. Is she on the phone?
Hello?
Yes, Miss Darcy, this is Judge Terrence Holmes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, John.
Okay. Now, Miss Darcy, your attorney was telling us that you're sick. We pray that you have a full and speedy recovery. The other thing is, they're asking, your attorney is asking for a reset, to give you time to come to court to handle this case. We can give you a 60-day reset. Okay?
Okay, that is perfect. That's the exact time I was gonna ask, I wanted to do it during spring break so that it wouldn't be in conflict with my school or my job.
Do you know when spring break is?
March the 17th through the 21st.
Okay, look at, the calendar on that.
It's like a Monday through that Friday.
You wanna come on that Monday?
That would be perfect.
What's that date?
Yeah.
Okay, this case will be reset to March 17th, 2025. We're gonna reset it for a plea. Your attorney's and your bondsman is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, well, you stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go. Again, we're praying that you have a full and speedy recovery, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You have a blessed one as well. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay,
And I've got one more whenever we get.
Yes.
Tablet.
no, you're free to go.
Okay, all right.
All right, you have a blessed day. All right. Now, what we,
And I've got one more whenever.
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
they're
tablet.
doing the paperwork. Okay, who else we have? We got page 7. We have, Cameron, is Cameron Smith here? Mr. Smith, would you please come forward? Mrs. Smith, your full name is Cameron Taylor Smith. How you doing, Mr. Smith?
No, pretty good.
That's good. I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Smith, last time your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
No, Your Honor, I got laid off from my job because I had seizure.
Okay. Now, at this point,
I was wondering if it was possible for me to get a court appointed.
yes, she has some documents, similar, it was the same documents that you filled out the last time. Now, the difference is, where you you first mark that you wanted to hire an attorney, you're gonna mark, you put your initials on the third line that says you want to apply for a court-appointed attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you're gonna fill that document out, sign name at the bottom, date it, and then you're gonna have to fill out the affidavit of indigence. That's a 3-page document, but you only have to sign the first page, the top of the second page where it says defendant's oath, and the middle of the second page that says unsworn declaration of defendant. Do you understand?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, just have a seat, and she will bring out a form on a clipboard and a pen for you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right.
Right now.
Okay.
Over the plea agreement with him.
Okay, so we'll hold.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
My name is Daniel, last name is Pena, Pena. I'm here on behalf of Ms. Basu's office.
Daniel Pena.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, we'll hold.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Andrew. We're gonna do,
Yeah.
well, D.
Yes.
Pedro's well deed. Mr. Weldy, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Weldy, you may put your hand down. Mr. Weldy, you're representing your case by Attorney Blaze Henny. Attorney Henny, do you waive a record in Mr. Weldy's case?
Yes, sir.
What's the cases? Mr. Weldy, I have before me in cause number 24 CCCR 2760, a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Tedros Weldy, on or about September 23rd of 2023, while you were in the city of Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, that you were that you committed a Class C misdemeanor offense of failed to control speed collision. Mr. Weldy, do you understand what you have been charged with? To this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Okay, Mr. Weldy, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yeah.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. And you place your initials on this document. On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of the Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Mr. Weldy, I also have another document before me that's titled was titled English Statement Number 1 for all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Signature? Now, there's one word that's circled. The word that's circled is no, and it's below a sentence that states, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? You said no, is that correct?
Yeah.
And Mr. Weldy, you are not a citizen of the United States, is that correct? Mr. Weldy, going back to State's Exhibit number 1, there's a paragraph on page 1 that's titled Citizenship. This paragraph states that if you're not a U.S. citizen on appeal of guilty nolo contendere, it may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand that? And do you still want to go forward with your plea bargain? Okay, I need to have him the initial below the paragraph that is titled Citizenship. Now, Mr. Weldy, before you sign and initial these documents, all these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State.
Stand for 6-1.
You have any objections to State's Exhibit number 1? Mr. Henney, you advising counsel, Mr. Weldy, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Henney, did you advise him because he's not a U.S. citizen, did you advise him the consequences of him pleading, guilty of no contest pursuant to the case of, Padilla versus Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Weldy, your attorney, Mr. Henney, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Okay. Mr. Weldy, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to do $50 fine plus court costs, and the state will be dismissing the defamation case in exchange for this court.
What's the court cost?
277.
277?
Yeah.
Mr. Weldy, the state is offering to serve or that you pay $50 plus court costs. The court cost in this case is $277. So it comes to a total of $327. Will you be able to pay that today? The state will also be dismissing the companion case, cause number 24 CCCR 2761. Mr. Weldy, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Weldy, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Weldy, let me do this here before I go any further. On state's exhibit number 1, I need to add a word because it states, and you see, I hereby state that I have read the charging instrument, whether it be an information or motion to revoke. Actually, the charging instrument in this case is a complaint. They just titled it complaint. So I'm gonna insert that word in here. You have any objections, Mr. Henney?
We are.
Okay. And so the court is gonna follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. You're gonna stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go and pay the fine and court costs downstairs in the county clerk's office. It's right below us. And once you pay it, you're gonna bring that receipt back into this court. All right, please stand at the end of the counter.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you have a blessed day, Mr. Henney. You have a blessed day, Mr. Welby. And Mr. Henney, you'll be able to get a copy of this motion to dismiss in about 1 minute. Javier Flores.
Mr. Hugh and I have fixed that on Tuesday. We have agreed to resolve it.
Okay,
It was set for trial number 1.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Let me see, Javier Flores. And okay, just before we get started, I think in the past, I've disclosed to the state and the defense that I know Mr. Flores. That's right, and we never talked about the case, is that correct, Mr. Flores?
Correct.
Okay. Does the state have any objections with me,
They
sitting
would
as
waive the
attorney
conflict.
and, defense?
We have no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Flores, your full name is Javier Flores, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Flores, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Flores, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, you may put your hand down. Mr. Flores, how are you doing?
Okay.
That's good. Mr. Flores, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Tom Roebuck. And Attorney Roebuck, how are you doing? Oh, well, that's good. Now, Mr. Roebuck, do you waive a record in Mr. Flores's case?
We did.
Mr. Flores, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. This information alleges that you committed a Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. However, state, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So now the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph. And what that means is, instead of being charged with a Class A misdemeanor, DWI, you'll be charged with a lesser included Class B misdemeanor DWI. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're gonna be charged with a lesser charge. All right. Now, in the information, it alleges that you, Javier Flores, on or about May 29th of 2022, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Flores, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? That's what no contest means.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this
Yes, Your
document?
Honor.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is not a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled discovery certification. This document is on paper. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Flores, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, Your Honor.
to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Flores, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Silver States one.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Roebuck, you've advised and counsel Mr. Flores, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Flores, your attorney, Mr. Roebuck, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
That agreement is to 15 months deferred probation with a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, the installation and maintaining an interlock device, and DWI standard conditions of probation.
What is this courthouse? Yeah, Mr. Flores. The state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 for court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6,000 a month. You're not to be $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50 for your total monthly installments. That is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation is $152 a month. Will you be able to pay the $152 each month?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Flores, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes,
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Flores, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Flores, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite confident in those matters.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Flores, please stand in front of the court coordinator. Follow her directions and follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following her directions, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Roebuck, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Ronald Gloston.
It's Friday. I'm just getting dinner. It's Friday. I'm just getting dinner.
Can you understand everything without her being here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 1578. Case of style of state of Texas versus Ronald Gloston. Mr. Glosson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Glosson?
Blessed.
That's good. Now, Mr. Glosson, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Glosson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Glosson, you may put your hand down. Mr. Glosson, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Jack Lawrence. Attorney Lawrence, how are you doing?
Just fine, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lawrence, do you waive a record in Mr. Glosson's case?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And Mr. Glosson, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Ronald Glosson, on or about June 1st of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. Glosson, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Glosson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Freely.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
I am.
Okay, Mr. Glosson, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Mr. Glosson, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
And at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes,
The
sir.
second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
We have the discovery of that. I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Mr. Glosson, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Glosson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
Sarah for stage 1.
Any objections? Any objections to State's Exhibit number 1?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you have advised and counseled Mr. Glosson. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Let me explain some things, Your Honor. The defendant is handicapped, and he can't read, so he had to have his assistant who came along with him read these documents before he signed them, which he understood them. I was sitting there while she read to him. He understands what he signed. He also has HIV and is as presently
Okay,
on
okay.
SSI.
Okay.
So for our purposes, he'll be.
Yeah,
eligible.
but that's, you didn't have to mention anything about his medical condition.
Pardon, Your Honor?
You didn't have to mention anything about his medical condition. That's not relevant in this situation.
But he is on
Okay,
SSI, so he
okay,
is.
but my question to you is he mentally competent to stand trial? That's the only question I asked you.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
And
well, that's fine. Now, Mr. Glosson, you've been advised and counseled by Mr. Lawrence. Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me do this here, Mr. Glosson. Do you need some tissue?
No, sir.
You don't, you all right?
I'm okay.
Okay, I just want you. Now, Mr. Let's see. Okay, and now, Mr. Glosson, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is to 180 days probatable 1 year with a $200 fine, 50 hours community service, and the requirement that the defendant attend and complete an anger management course.
Okay.
The
That's,
defendant has 4 days jail credit,
which gonna go toward the payment of the
Fine,
fine and
court
court costs?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, let me do this here, Mr. Gloston. That's going to affect, what? That's gonna affect what he owes, what he has to pay. That's a $200 fine plus court costs. Hey, that's 50 hours of community service? Is that correct? You need some tissue? You all right?
You're okay.
Okay. Um. That's a 200. What is his court cost? Do we know what his court cost is? Yes. 277. Okay. Just take, you need some time?
Good.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Mr. Glosson. Okay. Okay, let me see, what was that?
Okay, was she staying there?
Yes, ma'am, and, what's your name?
Demetrius Stanberry, Dee Stanberry.
Okay, how you doing, Miss Stanberry? Okay, yeah, I think I know your
Yeah.
brother, that's my neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay, and, let's see, Miss Stanberry, let me see. Does he need a minute?
I'm here. I'm here to,
Okay,
I'm sure.
okay. Okay. Let me see, there's 277. Two.
I've been here and I don't.
Phone. Somebody, if you have your phone on, you need to turn your phone off. Well, you just need to find out whose phone is going off.
You did find Mr.
Oh,
Clausen.
wait up, I hadn't got there yet, I'm just trying to work on this here. Oh, were you appointed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Okay. Seventeen 42. Okay, now, Mr. Gloucester. The state is offering that you serve 1 year, well, 180 days in jail, but you will not have to serve any time in jail because you will be placed on probation for 1 year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $200 plus court costs of $277. Plus, you'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $350. Now, your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $158 a month. Will you be able to pay the $158 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will?
How do you get your income through SSI, correct?
Yes, sir.
It will put him in a little bind.
So he will not be able to pay it. Okay, so let me do this. May I have his affidavit of indigence, please? Just hold on a minute. The affidavit of indigence is a document that you previously filled out when you came to court for arraignment. The first time you came to court, you had to fill out some paperwork. One of the papers that you filled out was titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. I'm going to look at that document, and then I'm going to show that document to you for you to review. Okay? She's gonna print it off from the computer in just a few minutes.
Social Security appointed me over his
Okay,
money.
I understand.
I was just thinking of something.
Okay, that's fine. You like the payee?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You are like his guardian?
No, he doesn't have a guardian, but because of his mental capacity
Here you
and
go.
everything, they've
Here you
appointed me
go.
over his money.
Oh,
Here
okay.
you go. I'm gonna show this. Your attorney's gonna show that document to you, Ms. Stanberry, okay? On page 2 of that document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Signature. You see that doc? Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go back to page 1. Now, in page 1, at the bottom, there's some financial information that's filled out. Is that document, is that financial information still true and correct today?
Yes, that's approximately
Yes.
what he pay a month.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gloston, well, first of all, you're gonna hand that document back to me. Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Gloston, the court is gonna find that you are indigent. Okay, which means you're unable to pay this amount right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I need to make some adjustments with the fine and all of the money that I just mentioned to you. I need to make adjustments to it. And then I'll tell you, once I finish making those adjustments, I'll let you know what you ordered to pay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just gonna take me a few minutes to go through this. Okay. Now, Mr. Glosson. The state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you're required to pay a fine of $200 plus court costs of $277, which comes to a total of $477. But that $477 will be converted to community service, which means that you would have to perform 38 hours of community service to pay that off. The court costs in this case of $370, you won't have to pay that. I mean, $350, you will not have to pay that because it will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The reimbursement fee of $15, you won't have to pay that either because that will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Now, the probation fee of $60 will be reduced from $60 a month to the statutory minimum of $25 a month. You will be required to pay your analysis fee of $15. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $44 a month. Will you be able to pay the $44 each month?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you also be required to perform the 50 hours of community service. This is in addition to the 38 hours of community service that was converted from the fine and court cost. So we'll come to a total of 88 hours of community service total. Okay?
83?
88.
And to be clear, Your Honor, this conversion number take into account the credit given for the.
Ooh, well, let me do this here. I'm gonna have to make an adjustment on your fine and court costs because they're giving you credit for
4 days, I think.
yeah, hold on, hold on, let me do this here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Let me do this here. So instead of that's $400 credit, that will be 77. Okay. So you'll owe on your fine and court costs only $77, and we're going to reduce that. That's actually 6 hours. It'll be 6 hours of six hours of community service instead of 38 hours. Okay? Because your fine and court costs, you got 4 days credit, which is $400. The fine and court cost total was $477. But once you subtract 400 from 477, you leave $77. And then from that $77, we convert that to community service, and that comes out to 6 hours of community service. Okay? That 6 hours of community service will be in addition to the 50 hours of community service that you are ordered to perform, which comes to a total of 56 hours of community service. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So look like it just continues, it's getting better for you every time.
I thank God. God is so awesome.
Oh, yes, he is. And now, you also will be required to attend and complete anger management class, and you will adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Gloucester.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the state's offer and adjustments that have been made by the court?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gloucester, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Gloucester, our court coordinator has to redo the paperwork to make sure that it reflects everything that I just told you. And so that's gonna take a few minutes. And so just have a seat. Now, Mr. Glosson, let me tell you this here. Now, Mr. Glosson, I know this is, you might, or put it like this here, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you might not think that it's, you might think it's raining and you're going through a storm. But only that I can tell you this here, when you're walking through a storm, hold your head high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and a sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. Okay. You're not in this race, you're not on this journey alone. Okay. Okay. So I'll be praying for you and be praying with you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, just have a seat and you have a blessed day. I'm sorry.
Judge, what was gonna be his final total? Is it the $44?
That he's paying?
Mm-hmm, the final total.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said it. Yeah, hold on a minute. The total, yeah, the total is gonna be the $44.
Gotcha,
That's what he's paying a month.
all right, thank you.
That's just basically probation fee and urinalysis fee.
Gotcha, understand.
Right.
Hey,
So I
Jack,
can make sure I have it.
Jack, you got a minute?
Hmm?
Jack,
Thank
you got a
you, Judge.
minute?
She wanna talk to you, he wanna talk to you for a minute, Jack. Oh, he's ready? Um. Eureka Anderson.
She's on YouTube. Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Anderson, you represented, you can take your mic off of mute.
Okay,
Miss-
yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Anderson, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Jennifer Delage, who is also appearing via Zoom. First of all, Miss Anderson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing,
I'm
sir?
doing fine. And Mr. Delage, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lodge, what's your announcement in Miss Anderson's case?
Judge, since Ms. Anderson wasn't able to make it in person today, and therefore I didn't come in person, we'd like one reset. We'd like to speak with the prosecutor about the video evidence.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to February 28, 2025. Ms. Anderson, stay in contact. You stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset. And
Yes, sir.
Miss Mr. Lodge, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Miss Anderson, you have a blessed day. And thanks for being patient with us. You're free to go.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Okay, who do we have next? Boudreaux? Is it who? That's the one on, Kara did Tura. Yeah, let me do this here before we go further. Okay. Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number 24 CCCR 2761. Case is style the state of Texas versus Caradid Tura. Mr. Caradid Tura speaks Spanish. We have before us Miss Cynthia Renteria, who will translate. Give us Caradid Tura. Okay. Ms. Renteria, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Renteria, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish, so help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. Ms. Renteria, ask Mr. Tura if his full name is Caradid Tura.
Su nombre es Caridad Tura. Caridad Tura, yes.
Okay. Ask him to raise his right hand. And do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Usted puede decir la verdad y nada más que la verdad. Yes.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Okay. Now, Mr. Tura has another person that's standing beside him. And sir, what's your name?
Name is Julio Cesar Diep Tura. I am
Okay,
his cousin.
you is his cousin. Okay. And Mr. Tura, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Tura, Julio
Yes, sir.
Tura, you helped the attorney, Mr. Don Boudreaux, to translate the paperwork that's in English. You helped to translate it to your cousin in Spanish.
We discussed,
Is that correct?
yes, we did. Yes, I did, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
And do you waive a record in Mr. Tura's case?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Uh,
Now,
Judge,
yes,
there was a point, Mr. Tash in Dallas, I'm standing
Yeah.
in for him.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Tura, your attorney in this case is, let's see,
Tash.
Todd Tikash. Mr. Tikash is not here, however, standing in for Mr. Tikash is Mr. Boudreaux.
Su abogado que tiene es el señor Tash. Él no puede estar aquí esta mañana, entonces está el señor Boudreaux.
Does Mr. Boudreaux have your permission to stand in for Mr. Tikash?
¿Usted le da permiso al abogado que está presente estar aquí? Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Boudreaux, do you waive a record in Mr. Tura's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tura, I have before me a document that is titled complaint. You can tell him that, have a document that's titled complaint.
Él tiene un documento que tiene el título que es el cargo que tiene contra usted.
This document was filed by the city of Beaumont, Texas.
Este documento fue hecho por la ciudad de Beaumont.
In this document, it alleges that you, Caradid Tura,
Este documento
it alleges that you, Caradid Tura, on or about July 21st of 2024,
con la fecha de julio 21st,
July 21st, 2024,
con el año 24,
that you committed the Class C misdemeanor offense of fail to drive in a single lane.
cargo que tiene es una clase C de delito menor por manejar incorrectamente.
Do you understand what you have been charged with?
¿Sí entiende el cargo que tiene contra usted? Yes.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Para este cargo, ¿usted se declara culpable, no culpable o no contesta el cargo? No contest.
Okay. Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando así por usted mismo? Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Y se está declarando así porque no quiere pelear este cargo. He doesn't want to fight this.
Okay. Mr. Chura, I also have before me on my tablet a document that's titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments.
Ese documento lo reconoce.
Do you
Yes.
recognize this document? Okay. On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line that's checked nolo contingere, which means no contest. Are these your initials?
¿Esos son sus iniciales?
Sí.
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
¿Esa es su firma?
Sí.
Yes.
The next document titled trial court certification, defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento?
Sí.
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
¿Esa es su firma?
Sí.
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The top box check states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
En ese documento, la primera X está diciendo que no tienen derecho de apelar este caso. ¿Se entiende? Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Y la segunda X está diciendo que no tienen derecho de apelar el caso. ¿Se entiende? Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the first document. On the first document, on the first page, there's a paragraph down here that's titled citizenship.
En ese documento está un párrafo que habla de la ciudadanía.
And this paragraph states that if you're not a U.S. citizen,
En
on a
ese
plea,
párrafo se está diciendo que si usted no es ciudadano de este país,
on a plea of guilty or no contest,
el que se declare que no contesta el cargo
it may result in your deportation,
puede resultar en su deportación
exclusion from admission to this country,
y que lo excluyan de estar admitido en este país
or denialization, or denial of naturalization under federal law.
o le puede negar su naturaleza estar en este país por leyes federales.
Do you understand this statement?
¿Sí entiende eso?
May I speak, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to word it correctly. But that paragraph, we just didn't go through it. We didn't know that.
Okay. Well, let me
what
do this here.
happened. I mean, whatever misdemeanor he committed and result in such a.
Well, that is in the document. I mean, you said you went over the document with him in Spanish. I'll let y'all, I mean, we need to go over this document again. What I'm hearing from you, if you didn't go over that paragraph in detail, you probably didn't go over a whole bunch of these paragraphs over here in detail. Because I find it unlikely that you would just gloss over this one paragraph out of all of the paragraphs that's in here. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I don't know if we can go through with this plea at this time, but,
Would
I
we
don't-
do a stated reset, Judge, to allow them time to confer with it?
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna reset this, cause I don't, yeah.
Okay. ¿Le van a dar otra fecha para venir a another reset date or?
Yeah, we're gonna give
reset
him another
today?
date.
Okay, le
We're
van a
gonna give him
dar,
another date.
le van a dar otra fecha para venir a corte para que se le explique más sobre ese frase de ciudadanía. Okay.
He's a permanent resident of the state. He has
Well, he's not a citizen.
no, he's not. He has
Okay.
a green card.
I understand that. But this says if he's not a citizen,
Okay.
yeah. No, we won't be able to do this today because, if a person enters a plea bargain agreement, the agreement has to be entered into freely, voluntarily, and knowingly. He has to know everything that he is signing. Okay? So he just because his signatures and initials are on these documents, you should indicate to me that he understood everything in these documents before he signed an initial.
Yes.
But if he didn't go over certain parts of this document, he did not understand, or he does not understand everything that he signed and initial. Okay, so this case is going to be reset so that give him on a different date to give the attorneys time to make sure that someone go over these documents with him in Spanish thoroughly, so that he will understand everything that's in these documents before he signed and initialed these documents, and before we're able to go forward.
I translate that to him.
Yes,
No puede dice que necesitamos leer todos los documentos de manera completa para que tú entiendas todo lo que se dice ahí. Y entonces firmes sabiendo todo lo que se plantea en el documento. Ok, van a darte otro día de corte y el caso va a ser visto en una fecha próxima. El párrafo que el señor dice que si cuando tú te estás declarando no contest y no estás
okay, we're gonna reset.
información te pueden
Your Honor, can we approach?
puede
the
resultar en una aportación básicamente.
Puede pasar. No es, no es que puede inmigración formalizada. Especialmente si usted está legal aquí, probablemente no vaya a pasar. Pero simplemente le está diciendo lo que puede pasar. Pero como usted está legal aquí, no pasa. Pero esa es la explicación para otra vez que venga a corte y ya saben. No se pudo hacer hoy porque hoy no tuvo ese entendimiento. Pero ahora que ya lo saben, le van a dar otra fecha. Entonces, cuando venga a corte, ya saben. Cuando diga para este paso, pues se va a decir que eso es lo mejor.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is cause number 23CCCR 2390, case of style of the state of Texas versus Cameron Taylor Smith. Mr. Smith, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Now, Mr. Smith, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of you put your hand down. I have before me document that's titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes,
Are these your initials on the line state you'd like to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes, Your
I also have a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant signature. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Smith, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the document?
Yes, Your
You understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, Your
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your
Mr. Smith, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. The attorney that will be appointed to represent you is Attorney Mark Faggart. Attorney Faggart will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact him. The court coordinator will give you that information. Once, is Mr. Boudreaux still there? Have Mr. Boudreaux to come in. I need something.
I'm not certain.
He just walked out the door. Let's see. And so, your attorney will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Once she gives you that information, you'll be, free to go, and you have a blessed day.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Yep, that's it.
Is he still out there? Okay. 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 Let's see, we have Juan Gomez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Gomez.
I'll interpret it. Is that okay, Judge?
Yeah.
Get rid of this.
This is another one. Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 2372. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Juan Ramon Gomez. Mr. Gomez is represented in his case. His attorney of record is Attorney Annie Busu. Attorney Busu is not present. However, Attorney Daniel Pena is present, standing in place of Ms. Busu. And Mr. Pena speaks Spanish, and Mr. Gomez also speaks Spanish. Mr. Pena, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Pena, do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish to help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may put your hand down. How are you doing?
Fine, sir, fine.
That's good. Ask Mr. Gomez if you have his permission to stand in for Attorney Busu.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, ask Mr. Gomez to please raise his right hand. Mr. Gomez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Gomez?
Oh, yes. Everything good, thank you.
Good? That's good. Now, Mr. Gomez, I have a document on my computer that is titled complaint. This complaint was filed by the city of Beaumont. In this complaint, it alleges that you, that you, Juan Ramon Gomez, on or about April 5th of 2024, while you were in Beaumont, Texas, of Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class C misdemeanor offense of running a red light. Do you understand what you have been charged with?
Sí, yes,
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
No contest? Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Mr. Gomez, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line that's titled Nola Contendere, which means no contest.
Yes.
These are your initials.
Sí.
On
Yes.
page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
On the next document, that's titled Trial Court Certification, a Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document? Is this your signature on this document?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal.
Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
I also have a document on paper that's titled Discovery Certification. And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Was there not an audit sheet, Your Honor?
Yes, on here.
Okay.
No, what I was thinking about the, no. Is he a US citizen?
No.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me get you to fill out this. Okay, Mr. Gomez, I'm going to go back to State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. At the bottom of this document, there's a statement under the paragraph that is titled citizenship. And this statement states that if you're not a U.S. citizen on a plea of guilty or nolo contendere, it may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand this statement?
Yes.
Now, do you still want to go forward with your plea bargain?
Yes.
I also have another document that is titled, well, this document is on paper. This is titled English Statement 1 for all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries.
What was that part, Judge?
Except all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries. Okay.
Okay.
And do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled signature?
Yes.
The last sentence in this document at the top states, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? And you circled no. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. State, you have any?
Separate 6-1.
Okay. State is offering State's Exhibit number 1. Would you like, do you have any objections to State's Exhibit number 1?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. No objection, State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Attorney Pena,
Yes, sir.
you have advised and counseled Mr. Gomez. Hold on, did I go over the discovery certification? Let me do this here. This is a discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant?
Yes.
Okay, now let me do this here. Before you went over all of these documents that I showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you in Spanish? And did you understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over with State's Exhibit number 1. You like to offer State's 1 again?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Now, Mr. Pena, you've advised and counseled Mr. Gomez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And during your consultation, did you advise him of the consequences of him pleading guilty or no contest because he's not a United States citizen?
Yes, Judge.
And that's by virtue of the case of Padilla versus Kentucky. Now, Mr. Gomez, your attorney, Annie Basu, advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
Okay, and attorney Daniel Pena has also advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gomez, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will also find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to a $50 fine plus court costs.
What is this court cost? 287? Mr. Gomez, the state is offering that you pay a fine of $50 plus court costs of $287, which comes to a total of $337. Will you be able to pay the $337 today?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gomez, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Mr. Gomez, I will follow the plea bargain agreement. Mr. Gomez, you're going to stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the direction of the bailiff. Once you finish following the bailiff directions, you're going to go downstairs to the county clerk's office and pay the fine and court costs. And when you finish, they're going to give you a receipt and you bring it back up to this courtroom. And then you'll be free to go. Okay? And then you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And Attorney Pena,
Yes, sir.
nice seeing you,
Thank you.
and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. This is cause number M 323-548, case of style of the state of Texas versus Sherman Barnes. Sherman Barnes was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., court's bailiff called the name of Sherman Barnes at the courthouse door. Sherman Barnes did not answer. Sherman Barnes has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:51 a.m. on today's date of January 17, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Sherman Barnes at the courthouse door? Okay, Sherman Barnes' name was just called to get at the courthouse door. Sherman Barnes did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Barnes an opportunity to appear in court. He is not appearing in court. State, do you have a motion?
Statements for bond forfeiture.
And just for the record, well, that motion will be granted just for the record. Sherman Barnes, attorney called and said Mr. Barnes had a medical issue. He is going to send the court, verification. And upon verification, what will be the state's position?
The state will recall the bond forfeiture, should we receive that documentation.
Okay. At this time, the bond will be forfeited and warrant should be issued for his arrest and cause number M 323-548. And if we get verification of the medical situation, then the state will recall the bond forfeiture. Next case is cause number 23CCCR 2566. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jesus Angel de Rafael Fuente. Mr. Fuente was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m. Mr. Fuente's name was called by the court's bailiff. Mr. Fuente did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Fuente an opportunity to appear in court. He is not appearing in court. The time now is 11:53 a.m. on today's date, January 17, 2025. Ms. Bailey, could you please call the name of Jesus Fuente at the courthouse door?
No, that case was reset.
Oh, it was reset? Oh. Okay, okay, it's just been brought to the court attention that that case was reset. Okay? By attorney. Okay. Okay, at this time, Juan Gomez.
This is
Oh, okay, oh,
Paradine Tura.
okay. You know what? I think I had deleted that.
You did, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this here. We may have to do this after lunch. Is that fine with you?
Oh, I was gonna leave for the day.
think the clerk has done it.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Court is back in session in cause number 24 CCCR 2762. Case is style of state of Texas versus Carrie de Tour. Mr. Tour speaks Spanish. He's present in court with Miss Cynthia Renteria. She speaks Spanish and English. Miss Renteria is our interpreter. Miss Renteria, do you swear to interpret Spanish to English, English to Spanish to help you go?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. Ask Mr. Tour to raise his right hand. Mr. Tour, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay, she's telling him he could put his hand down. And Mr. Tour, attorney is Attorney Takash. Attorney Takash is not here, however, Attorney Don Boudreaux is standing in place of Mr. Takash. Ask Mr. Tour if Mr. Boudreaux has his permission to stand in place of Mr. Takash.
El juez quiere saber que si usted le da permiso al señor Boudreaux que lo represente, ya que su otro abogado, el señor Tash, no pudo estar aquí hoy. Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Tour, I have before me, hold on a minute. I have before me on my computer a document that's titled complaint.
El documento que tiene ante el juez es el cargo que tiene contra usted.
This document was filed by the city of Beaumont.
Ese documento fue hecho por la ciudad de Beaumont,
That's Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas.
el condado de Beaumont, que es Jefferson.
Okay, and in this complaint, it alleges that you, Carrie Tura, on or about July 21st of 2024,
El documento está diciendo que usted, el señor Turo, por la fecha de julio 21 de 1924, 2024,
that you committed the Class C misdemeanor offense of fail to drive in a single lane.
la ofensa que tiene es de que con esa fecha usted cometió el delito de manejar en una sola línea.
Do you understand what you have been charged with?
¿Usted entiende el cargo que tiene contra usted? Yes.
And to this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Para este cargo, usted se declara culpable, no culpable o no contesta el cargo. And no contest, no contest, Judge.
Okay. Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Se está declarando que no contesta el cargo voluntariamente. Por usted mismo, yes.
Okay. And Mr. Turo, I also have on my tablet a document that's titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento? Sí. Yes.
On page 2 of this document, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked Nola Contendere. Are these your initials?
¿Esos son sus iniciales? Sí. Yes.
On page 3 of this document, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
¿Ese es su firma? ¿Ese documento? Yes.
And on, I think he put his initials here. His signature is more. Let me do this.
He did, and then I told him it was his initials.
Yeah.
Oh, right
Put it,
there.
just put his signature right there.
Aquí puso su inicial, es el juez prefiere. ¿Es su firma o su signature?
Mi firma es igual que.
Oh, he said his signature is his initial.
Okay.
Sorry.
On page, let's see, on the next document, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento? Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
¿Esa es su firma? Yes.
At the top of this box, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement?
El primera X está diciendo que no tiene derecho de apelar el caso porque fue un argumento que se vinieron a un acuerdo.
See?
Yes.
Okay. And this next statement states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. Do you understand this statement?
Y también la segunda X está diciendo que no va a apelar el caso.
I'm gonna go back to first document. Okay, it is. It has initials next to a paragraph that is titled citizenship. Are these your initials?
Esos son sus iniciales allá abajo, junto al párrafo que dice de ciudadanía.
Sí.
Yes.
And this document states that if you're not a US citizen,
Este documento está diciendo que si usted no es ciudadano de este país,
on a plea of guilty or no contendere,
el que usted se declare culpable o que no conteste el cargo
it may result in your deportation,
puede resultar en su deportación
exclusion from admission to this country,
o que lo excluyan de tener permiso de estar en este país
or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand that statement?
o también que le nieguen naturaleza bajo las leyes federales. ¿Sí entiende? Yes.
Okay. Also, I have another document. This document is in Spanish. It's for all foreign nationals, mandatory notification country. Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento?
Lady, is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Esa es su firma. Yes.
I have another document that's titled discovery certification. Do you
Yeah.
recognize this document?
Tiene otro documento que es el descubrimiento. ¿Sí lo reconoce? Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Esa es su firma. Yes.
Before you signed and initialed all of these documents,
Antes que usted firmara o pusiera sus iniciales en esos documentos,
did Ms. Renteria go over these documents with you in Spanish?
le expliqué yo esos documentos en español. Yes.
And did you understand everything that Ms. Renteria went over?
Y si entendió todo lo que yo le expliqué. Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Todo está correcto, de acuerdo con usted. Yes.
State offer states one at this time, Judge.
Okay, the state is offering State's Exhibit 1. Mr. Boudreaux, you have any objections?
No, sir.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Now, going back to this document, when asked if you want us to contact your consulate officers at this time, you circle no. Is that correct?
Es cierto que no quiere que se le notifique el consulado de su país.
Sí.
Right.
Good. Now, Mr. Boudreaux, you advised that counsel, Mr. Tura, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
And Mr. Boudreaux, pursuant to the case of Padilla versus Kentucky, did you advise your client as to the consequences of him pleading guilty or no contest because he's not a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Tura, Mr. Boudreaux has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
¿Usted está satisfecho en la manera que el señor Boudreaux lo representó? Yes.
Your attorney, Takach, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
También se habló con su abogado, el señor Cash. ¿Usted está satisfecho como lo representó?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Tura, I will accept your plea of no contest.
El juez entonces va a aceptar que usted se declara que no contesta el cargo.
I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial.
El juez ve que usted está mentalmente competente para estar aquí en este juicio.
I will find that your plea and waivers was given freely and voluntarily.
Él ve que todo lo que usted firmó y eso que fue voluntariamente.
I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y también sabe que hay suficiente evidencia para encontrarlo culpable.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement? What is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering $50 fine plus court costs.
What is it, court cost? Mr. Tura, the state is offering that you pay a fine of $50
El Estado está dándole la oferta de que pague una fianza de $50
plus court costs of $277.
más el costo de la corte que son 277.
This will come to a total of $327.
Es un total de 327.
Would you be able to pay that today?
Usted puede pagar esa cantidad hoy. Yes.
Mr. Bless you. Mr. Tura, I will accept your plea of no contest.
El juez entonces acepta de que se declaró que no contesta el cargo
I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial.
y que ve que está mentalmente competente para tener este juicio.
I will also, well, Mr. Tura, this will conclude your case,
Esto va a concluir su caso.
and you're gonna stand next to the bailiff and follow her directions.
Va a pasar acá en la
And then
oficina.
you'll, once you finish following her direction, you're gonna go downstairs, make the payment, and then come back upstairs into this courtroom with your receipt.
Do that with him, Judge.
Cuando se vaya de aquí va a pasar al primer piso y allí va a hacer su pago, le van a dar un recibo y ese recibo lo va a traer a corte.
Okay, have a blessed day. And, and thank you, Ms. Renteria.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you have a blessed day, Ms. Renteria. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And Mr. Boudreaux, you have a blessed day as well.
Okay, van a estar sin ley de responsabilidad.
This will conclude the calling of court's trial docket in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. Yeah, you know what I need to do?
What's that?
Hold on. Now, what was that? It was on a Wednesday. Hold on a minute. That was, what Wednesday was the 15th? Set. Lang, LeBlanc. Smith. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there was a lady, this is a case named Delana Candace Bennett. She was in court on, January 15th, which was Wednesday. She's represented by attorney Sean Villery Samuel, and just found out that she is a wife of one of my fraternity brothers, and also she may be a precinct chair, Democratic Jefferson County Democratic Party. So I'm disclosing that information to the district attorney's office. I have not talked to her about the case, didn't know anything about the case. I may have met her in the past. I just don't, I just didn't recall who she was at the time. But anyway, the state is, the court is disclosing this information to the state. State, do you, now if the state would like me to recuse myself, I will. Or if there's an appearance of impropriety, court will be willing to recuse itself.
I don't see any reason for the court to recuse itself in this case. State would waive conflicts.
Okay, all right, thanks a lot. All right, so this will conclude the calling of the court's trial docket, announcement docket on today's date of January 17, 2025. In County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you. Y'all be safe.
Prosecutor